welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm gonna do my TBR jar chooses my read for the week. Just finished reading all my fully books, if you saw my last video, those books. And this morning I made a TBR jar. I know this is not the typical jar. I don't have a clear jar, so we're just making do. I've got all my prompts in here. There looks like there's nothing. I think there's like 16 or 17 in there. And I think I'm gonna pick 5 prompts. This whole shelf, oh hello. This whole shelf is my TBR. So let me get rid of all my toys. So I've got a decent selection to choose from, as well as Iron Flame. She was sitting up top in her, shrine of a position, but I wanted to make sure you could see. So she'll just chill down there. But yeah, these are all to be read, so's this. And yeah, I'm intrigued to see what the TBR jar chooses. And also I'm intrigued to not have to read like 3 books. I'm basically going on holiday, so this vlog is going to be me. I'm going up to my sister's tomorrow in Durham. So really on the train, reading there with her doggies. And realistically, I'm not gonna be reading loads. So I thought 1 book for this week will, be enough. We're just gonna pick out our first prompt. Find a book that you picked because of its title. I'm not even gonna really be able to show you, and I don't want to mess up my folding because I did really neat folding. My first prompt is find a book that you picked because of its title. Okay, interesting. What book did I pick because of its title? Either it would be Breakaway or Just Playing House, because I don't know anything about these books. I literally saw them and I picked them. Maybe we go for Just Playing House because this one I really just picked up at the work. So yeah, we've got this one. This is our first book that we're going to work with. This idea is so cute and it's such a fun way to switch up your reading. Like, none of these books apart from Iron Flame are screaming at me to read them. So this obviously just takes the hard part away of choosing a book. Find a book with the same number of words in the title as your current book. Okay, so yeah, I need to find a book with 3 words in the title. We've got Holding the Reins, we've got Lessons in Chemistry, and we've got The Wishing Game. Oh, and we've got the Fiancé Dilemma. 4 books to choose from. Are there any others that are 3 and I'm being silly? No. We've got The Fiancé Dilemma by Elena Armas. We've got The Wishing Game by Meg Schaffer. This is not a romance, which is very different for me. Then we've got Lessons in Chemistry, also not a romance. And we've got Holding the Reins, which is a cowboy romance. Should I be a bit different? Well, you can go back, because clearly we're not reading you. Maybe we go for Lessons in Chemistry. That's pointing out to me. Okay, we'll go for that. I've had to tuck myself in this corner of my room because the lighting and the weather today is so awful. So I'm really trying to just work out a way to film. So I'm sorry if this is not the best setup. I'm doing the best I can. So we've got Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. This has got insane reviews. We've got 3 more prompts to choose. Find a book with a similar colour scheme to the book you're holding. Oh, okay, interesting. Well, we've got a great book for that because we've got blue, yellow, green and red. So we want something colourful. I mean, this has got red and green, Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. It's got yellow and blue, Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. I feel like nothing else is more colourful. I mean, I guess The Wishing Game, but not really. No, I'd say these 2 are the main 2 options. Everything else is very pink and purple and blue. I mean, he's wearing yellow, so maybe, but she's wearing red and blue. Well, he's wearing blue. I feel like Fangirl Down is more fitting towards Lessons in Chemistry, colour-wise, colour scheme. Okay, maybe we go for that one. We'll choose that one. Find a book that's title or author name starts with the last letter of the previous book. N. So we need to find a book that starts with N or the author starts with N. N. I've figured out that I can film and charge my camera. Yeah, we have Fangirl Down. Should I do L or W? W is The Wishing Game, I guess. I guess we'll go with The Wishing Game because it's the next one along. We're just gonna go with that. Hopefully that's okay. And we've got 1 more prompt. Find a book that was published in the last year. Oh, okay, great. Well, I don't know when any of these books were published. So let me get my phone. I know for a fact Daydream by Hannah Grace was published recently. Let me check. How do you check? Does it say on the back published? Oh, I'm gonna have to do some serious Googling then. Maybe I'll come back to you and go through literally every single book in my TBR and see when it was published. I just went through my entire TBR and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books that were published this year. So we've got Bloodstream by Emily Carter. This is a F1 romance, or is it just a racing romance? Who knows? but we've got that one. The Fiancé Dilemma by Elena Armas, or Armas. Just Playing House by Farah Heron. Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. And Daydream by Hannah Grace. So I do not know what to choose. No, I'd be happy with any of these, frankly. So I'm gonna do one more prompt. And if that leads us nowhere, then we will just do a little random number generator. Choose a book with a cover that you love and find a book with a similar cover. I do really like this cover because I just think it's cute. Like, there's a lot going on, all the house plants. My camera just died, but I'm choosing this with a cover I love, and we're gonna find a book with a similar cover. And I've chosen between these two because they're both quite purpley. So I think what I'm gonna do is do a random number generator between 1 and 2, because either of these I'm quite happy to read. Daydream is the most recently published. So minimum 1, max 2. Oh, max 3. No, max 2. Right, generate. Oh wait, I didn't even give a book a number of 1 or 2. I should probably do that. 1, 2. Daydream number 1. Fiancé Dilemma number 2. We'll generate again. 2. So we are going to be reading the Fiancé Dilemma. Let me just put all the books back because this is annoying me. This is the second book in a series. But she also writes The Spanish Love Deception. This follows Josie Moore and Matthew Flanagan. Josie has had 4 failed engagements and 5 if you include her previously absentee famous father. Don't know if absentee is the right way to be saying this. When the latter announces his retirement with a splashy magazine piece about family, Josie learns that her romantic history has become a PR nightmare. Matthew Flanagan is out of luck. It's bad enough that he's lost his job, but then whilst travelling to Greenock to escape, he manages to get his car started. The first person he comes across happens to be his best friend's sister, Josie, who oddly introduces him as her fiancé. What starts as a misunderstanding quickly turns into a fake engagement. A new ring on Josie's finger is the last thing she wants, but at least it's only temporary. They have rules in place and an agreement that no matter what, nobody is saying I do. But it's not long before those lines. My camera has died 3 times now, so I think that's the sign I need to stop talking. There's 410 pages, so that's a nice little read. Easily we'll get this done this week. I just don't want to challenge myself to reading loads. I'm now going to let my camera charge and I will shut up. So I will see when I'm reading. Good evening. I am in Durham. I'm just reading downstairs, but I thought I'd show you my sister's bookcase because this is what dreams are made of. Literally. She's got the hardback, the Court of Silver Flames. I mean, it is all her yarn. This is literally what dreams are made of. And like, look at this room. It's just so cute and crazy. But yeah, I'm reading. I actually finished one of my other books before starting this. So I've started the I've started the Fiancé Dilemma now, and so far loving it. I just love the way Elena Armas writes. 10 out of 10. I've barely updated you. Oh my gosh. I think, wait, what did Goodreads said? Obviously I'm here, I forgot bookmark. What am I like? 68% through this book. I love this book so much. I just got makeup on it. So much. Oh my gosh. The characters. I am obsessed with Matthew. He is maybe like him and Reese from A Court of Thorns and Roses. Oh no, Cassian as well. He is top 3 male main characters for me, Matthew. I am absolutely obsessed with this book. It is cringy, but in a really like manageable way. Like, I just recently read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and that was just cringy. Like, it was giving absolutely nothing and just ick the entire book. No offense, it was a cute, happy book, but oh, I couldn't stand the cringiness in that book. This, on the other hand, I just like love it so much. I wish, no, I don't. I was gonna say I wish the build-up was shorter, but that's just because I say what I want to happen. So I'm like antsy. The relationships, the storyline, the like characters, This is from Josie's point of view, so it's from one point of view, but the way the writer portrays Matthew is so incredible, and the way just the characters have their relationship and just everything, I just love it. This story follows Josie and Matthew. Josie has had 4 failed engagements, and then she finds out she has a dad. Her dad is massively famous, his name is Andrew, and Andrew basically drops Josie in it saying like, I'm gonna go meet her, blah blah blah, and that's like basically for the whole world to see, like them rekindling their, well, not even rekindling, Andrew coming into Josie's life and that whole thing. Bobby, who is Andrew's like PR agent slash Josie's new like assistant, not out of choice, she basically is like, are you engaged? And Josie's like, yeah. And then Matthew ends up being in Josie's driveway at the time that conversation happens, and then obviously it all unravels. I just don't have a single bad word about this book. Predicted 5 stars, babe. It's not 6, because I realised like 6 stars only go to like fantasy books, because obviously in a fantasy book you can write so much like more, if you get what I mean. So this isn't 6 stars, but it's definitely 5 so far. Like I said, I'm 68% through. Honestly, like I can see myself finishing this book maybe tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I've read so much today. Like I think I was on page like 130 or something this morning, and I'm now on 297. I've just been glued to this like for about 2 hours earlier. I was just glued to it. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you other than just I'm loving it. I would really recommend this. It's not for the people who like a slow burn, because this is slow. It's definitely not like enemies to lovers. It is like golden retriever lover boy, super like cocky, arrogant, confident, and she's quite shy. She battles with anxiety, which I love when a book does like show awareness for that, because we all have anxiety, babes. Let's not pretend like everyone's not dealing with the same issue. The fact that she will also show that, I'm like, yeah, she's a girl, she's a girly girl. I just love how much space there is for the storylines to develop, and I'm so invested. I'm so invested, and I just love Matthew so much. Like I said, honestly, top 3. I think actually Cassian takes number 1, then Rhysand, I think it's Rhysand, and then maybe Matthew. I can't think of another man in a book who I love as much as Matthew. Oh, Xaden. No, I think Matthew takes the cake over Xaden, you know, from Fourth Wing. Just lots of love for this book. I'm so glad I've got a good book as well, because I feel like the last 3 books I've read, not giving. I mean, no, for reference, if you don't know, if you haven't seen my last video, I know I'm chatting late, sorry if this is boring. I read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I'm thinking about Cassian. Pumpkin Spice Cafe, My Vampire +1, and Haunt Your Heart Out. Pumpkin Spice Cafe and Haunt Your Heart Out get like a 2.5 to a 3. Haunt Your Heart Out, like I read it and I was like, eh. And then I thought about it and I was just like, eh. And it's just, you know, like, oh look, it's a strawberry. Oh look, it's a strawberry. Oh yeah, strawberry. Oh, strawberry. It was giving that. Like the more I read it and the more I thought about it, the less I liked it. And Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I just didn't get on with. My Vampire +1, it was like a 4-ish stars. It was like easy read, happy days. This though, I'm finally happy to say I'm loving reading again. I was in a proper slump, and the first, oh actually I will say, the first 100 pages of this I was a bit like, I don't know, I just wasn't like really invested. I think because I was in a slump, I was just like, oh, I don't want this to be another bad book. I don't want to dislike this book. Like I just wasn't feeling super like, yay, I get to read. Whereas now I've not been looking at my phone. If I'm not enjoying a book, I will check any notification that comes up on my phone. If I'm enjoying a book, I could be getting phone calls and ignoring it. You know, that's how much I am liking this book. So yeah, and I was literally reading it on the train. My sister was trying to talk to me and I was ignoring her to read. So, you know, this book's making me a bad person, but I'm happy about it. You know, it's great. I am joking. I did listen to my sister. I just had to say sorry and, you know, shut the book because stuff was happening. Just love these characters, and I wish this book had like that much more. I wish it had like 300 more pages so I could just watch Matthew and Josie just do their thing, and I just love it so much. But yeah, I'm gonna go read for probably some more time, and then I will check in probably tomorrow. I go home tomorrow and I will 100% finish this book tomorrow if I don't finish it tonight. But yeah, hopefully you got some sort of insight and information from that like ramble of words. I'm hoping this is giving like cozy vibes, not like orange vibes. Hello. I'm here to end off this video, tell you my final thoughts. I have just Dyson Airwrapped my hair, and obviously it's not been brushed out or anything, so please ignore. I was meant to film this whole bit earlier, but I completely forgot. So I thought I'd just do it now because I really want to get this video uploaded. It is literally, I'm about to upload this video just like right now, so I wanted to just do this quickly and get it up. This book was incredible. I honestly, like 5 stars, babes. 5 stars. We already knew that. It was just such a happy, like uplifting, I guess like easy to read, but also I was so invested that it wasn't easy enough that I was just like flicking through the pages, not really like paying attention. I was fully invested in this book. I think the characters were incredible. I think Elena Armus did an insane job at writing out these characters. I loved the ending. 5 stars, just 5 stars. I loved the little side characters. I think this is the second book in a series. I don't know what the first one is, but there's another couple in here which they've referenced to a lot, which I presume are from the first book, because like I feel like you were meant to kind of know. So I feel a bit like really like guilty, because I'm like, when I want to read a series, or when I read books and I find out it's a series, I'm like, oh my gosh, I must read them all. So the fact I've just gone straight in and this is a second book, I think it is anyway. I don't actually know if it is a series. I want to read the first one so I can kind of gather where. It's not like you don't have to read the first book, like I knew what was going on. The other couple in this book would have made more sense if I'd read that book first, because it was like, we were just meant to know. But it wasn't like you missed anything if you didn't know, I don't think anyway. I would really recommend this if you like a romance where it's not super like straightforward. I'm not gonna lie, as much as this is a romance and it's a small town romance, I didn't actually know where this was gonna end up. The last like 80 pages, I was like, what's gonna go on? Like, what's happening? I couldn't understand how this book was gonna end. So I really liked that about this, because you kind of think you know what's gonna happen, then you don't, and then you do, then you don't, and you're like, what on earth is gonna happen? Which I really enjoyed, because it was a romance and it wasn't like Fourth Wing or ACOTAR or anything like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to read this book. And it wasn't super, you know, it didn't throw me, but I liked that I didn't really know what was going to go on, because it kept me, again, really invested. And like I said in my last big old rant about this book, I was in a massive slump before reading this, and this really brought me out of my slump. So I'm glad, and I'm now like excited to read, which I feel like lucky to have again. Like reading is like my thing now. So I really enjoyed this and I really recommend it. I'm trying not to rant too much tonight. This book doesn't need to be a 20-minute long video, just about how much I love this single book, you know? So there's my final thoughts. I made a cup of tea a minute ago and I keep forgetting about it. If you have read the Fiancé Dilemma, please let me know what your thoughts are. But any other videos, please let me know if you want to see them. That's a weird way of wording it. If you have any video ideas that you want me to do, please let me know. If you have any book recommendations, as always, leave them in the comments and I will get around to reading them. My socials, my Goodreads, my Instagram, etc. are all in the description. I try to upload every Thursdays, obviously, give or take. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you're going to go read the Fiancé Dilemma, and if you have read it, if you have read it, sorry, please let me know what your thoughts are. And yeah, I really appreciate you watching this video. Love you so much. Kisses and hugs. Bye.